Mia. Please help me.
This was the first time my mother called me by my name. I wasn't about to cry because I was happy. It was because I was sad that I was called by my name only because she wanted to be saved. Mom, I won't help you. I won't help you for the rest of my life. I'm Mia. I work as an accountant. My father is also an accountant and has his own office, but I work at a different office instead of my father's. The reason is that my mother and my brother Michael are troublesome people. My mother spoils my brother a lot. It's not something that started recently. My brother and I are undoubtedly siblings who share the same blood, and we are real children even from our parents' point of view. However, for some reason, my mother's feelings are only directed towards my brother. I have no memories of being loved since I was a child. My brother, who is 6 years older than me, has always been mean. He would eat the snacks that my mother gave us and then steal mine. Even when I asked my mother for help, she would take my brother's side.
It's your fault for not eating it quickly.
When I was young, I didn't understand why my mother always took my brother's side, but I came to understand it when I was in elementary school.
Boys are cute, but girls are cheeky.
Even though it was like that, things were relatively peaceful when my father was around. My father always cared about me, but I think my mother didn't like that either.
You only care about that child.
My mother often vented her anger at me unilaterally. I wished my father could stay home all the time, but he had just opened his office and was extremely busy. So, it was often just my mother, my brother, and me at home. Even though I knew that my mother only loved my brother, as a child, I desperately tried to find a way for my mother to look at me. And the conclusion I came up with when I was young was to become a child who could study well. I took school classes seriously and never missed a review or preview, so I always got 100 points on tests. I hurried home with a 100-point answer sheet and reported to my mother.
Mom, I got 100 points on the test today.
Hey. Have you ever thought about your brother's feelings? Do you know that your brother can't get 100 points on the test? How do you think your brother would feel if his little sister came home with a 100-point test?
You really have a bad personality.
He forcibly took my test and tore it to pieces. I was shocked. Anyway, I realized that my mother would never praise me no matter what I did. I picked up the torn test paper while crying and threw it in the trash can. However, that night, when my father came home, my parents had a big fight. My father found my test that had been torn up and thrown away.
What is this? It's Mia's test. Did Mia get 100 points?
Yeah.
That's amazing. You worked hard.
She was showing off to me.
Michael, did you do this?
Yeah. She was bragging, so I did it back to her.
You. Why would you do something like this? Apologize to Mia.
Wait a minute. Stop it. Michael didn't do anything wrong. It's bad for this child to bring home a 100-point test in front of her older brother.
What are you talking about? It's the result of Mia's efforts. Michael's poor test scores are his own problem.
My father was furious, but Michael, who had been supported by his mother, showed no signs of remorse and maintained a haughty attitude throughout. As a result of this incident, I began living with my grandparents, who were my father's parents. Grandparents praised me as a good child. They praised me a lot even if I got 100 points or 90 points on tests. Their catchphrase was, "I'm happy to be with Mia." Thanks to them, I was able to live a happy daily life. My father also frequently visits and stays here for half a week. My heart was saved by the fact that my mother and brother were no longer around me. Since then, I haven't met those two until I graduated from college. However, when it came time to get a job, I wanted to enter my father's office, but those two got in the way. They came all the way to my grandparents' house to complain.
You're trying to enter your father's office, aren't you?
My mother, whom I hadn't seen in years, still seemed to only see my brother. That's what I intend to do, but
No, Michael is the one who will inherit your father's office.
how will he inherit it? I didn't understand what my mother was saying. After all, my brother doesn't have an accounting qualification and doesn't work. He's still a college student. How many more years does he plan to repeat?
When your older brother graduates from college, he'll take over, so you should go to a different office.
If I entered my father's office as it was, it would cause trouble. I didn't want to have anything to do with those two anymore, so I decided to work at a different office. After 3 years had passed, I received a call that my father had collapsed and rushed to the hospital. Dad, what happened? You look thinner than when I saw you a month ago. He looked more haggard than when I saw him a month ago.
I'm sorry to worry you. I have lung cancer.
What?
I only have 3 months left to live.
I was at a loss for words. Even though I was suddenly confronted with such a reality, I couldn't think straight. My father was hospitalized for a week. During that time, I prepared his underwear and did some small shopping. My mother never visited the hospital even though my father had collapsed. Despite having been supported by my father all along, she left him alone. I couldn't forgive her for that. After being discharged from the hospital, my father moved directly to the hospice ward. This means that he will really be gone. It's a very sad reality that's right in front of me. Even though I know I have to accept it, tears overflow. I visited my father and talked to him in between work. I think the only thing I could do was to be a listener. One day, when I went back to my parents' house to get my father's change of clothes, something happened. I heard the voices of my mother and brother talking in the living room.
Mom, if that old fart is gone, I'll be the president of that company, right?
Of course. You're the eldest son. Besides, when you calculate the inheritance, it is not less than $700,000.
Really? He had saved up quite a bit. I was pissed off because that old fart didn't give me much money.
That's right. The money he gave us was only $3,500 a month. He was a stingy person. But the time for that to be rewarded is coming soon.
Yeah, I wish he would die soon. That old fart said he wanted to treat Mia equally. He was really joking. I'm the eldest son of this family.
That's right. But we can just make that child renounce the inheritance. Let's make everything ours, Michael and mine.
I can't forgive. My father cherished me, but he didn't abandon my brother either. My brother is a jobless loser who took 6 years to graduate from college and still hasn't found a job. Nevertheless, my father supported him. I should be grateful to my father, who has worked so hard for his children. I put all my thoughts into refuting him and reached for the door of the living room. However, at that moment, my smartphone vibrated. When I checked the screen, it was from my father. I quietly left the house and headed to my father's hospital room.
Mia, thank you always.
It's okay. I brought a change of clothes.
I have something to tell you today. A lot of things have been decided, so let me report it to you.
I talked with my father for about an hour and understood the current situation. Okay, see you tomorrow, Dad.
Mia, thank you so much. I was really happy to have you. Thank you for being born as my child.
Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm glad I'm your child too. I respect you and I love you. It's embarrassing. It's quite difficult to express gratitude face to face. But I was glad I could express my gratitude to my father at that time. I think my father knew that his end was near because this was the last conversation I had with him. That night, my father's condition suddenly worsened, and he passed away in the morning. In the end, I was the only one who came to the hospital. Those two never showed up here. However, they had something to say about the funeral.
Let's go for the cheapest funeral.
When I returned home, my mother said something outrageous. "What are you talking about? I won't let you do that."
You have no authority. We will bear the cost.
"It's okay. I'll pay for it."
Oh, really? Then I'll leave everything to you.
Well, it's her money, so whatever.
They are greedy to the core. In the end, I became the client and my brother became the chief mourner. Although my mother and brother did not bear any of the expenses, they behaved as if they had held a high-grade funeral. It seems that my father was loved by many people, and many people attended the funeral. As expected, as soon as my father's funeral was over, the two of them brought up the topic of money.
Finally, that person is gone. He was a person who caused trouble until the end. Well, we can get a large amount of compensation now, so let's be happy.
Yeah, and I'm the president.
I'm looking forward to it.
Hey Mia, you have to abandon your inheritance.
Dad asked the attorney to handle the asset-related procedures while he was alive, so we have to ask the attorney.
What? I didn't hear that.
I've already contacted him, so he'll explain it to us tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Hey! Don't you have any consideration for me? You're making plans without consulting me.
Oh, I see. Then I'll refuse.
Well, I'll clear my schedule for it.
What is he talking about? He doesn't even work, and his schedules are completely empty. And the next day, the attorney visited our house. I will also go to my parents' house at that time, of course.
Robert Smith, an attorney, here. I'm sorry for your loss. My deepest condolences. I have been appointed by John regarding inheritance. First of all, regarding the office, I have been informed by John before his death that it will be transferred to Mia free of charge, and I am in the process of completing the procedures.
What? What are you talking about? I'm the president, aren't I?
I have not heard any such story. I have been told that it would be better for Mia to take care of the office for the employees.
That old fart. He's doing whatever he wants.
Well, it's okay, Michael. If this child takes over that office, we can offset that person's property and receive it.
Well, that's right. The office is a hassle. Hurry up and pay $700,000.
The only heir to the property is Mia.
What?
John has completed the procedure for disqualification from inheritance.
Inheritance, what?
In short, you cannot receive a single penny of John's inheritance.
What does that mean? What did he do?
That's the natural result. You didn't even visit the hospital once. And even when Dad was living in this house, you didn't do anything. I know everything. Dad did everything himself, like cooking and laundry. And yet you were still receiving $3,500 a month. Be grateful.
Well, that's fine. I'm the beneficiary of his life insurance.
Oh, then Dad canceled it.
Are you kidding me?
It's a fact.
That guy, he wasn't going to give us a penny.
The attorney conveyed the facts and left the house. I was told by my father before he died that I would inherit his accounting firm. I accepted it without hesitation. That brother had no chance of becoming the president, it was impossible. He would never pass the exam. Anyway, this is the real trial from now on. I moved out of my parents' house with the attorney. They wouldn't accept that those two couldn't get anything, it was absurd. And of course, it was inevitable that something terrible would happen after all. My father's accounting firm had already been transferred to me, and it was when I was starting to work with renewed vigor that it happened. I got a call from the police that they caught someone who broke into my office. And it turned out to be my brother, who made a fool of himself. I had heard that the police wouldn't interfere with family disputes, but he was arrested on the spot for breaking into my workplace. According to the people around the office, he was shouting,
"This is my company."
And when I attended the crime scene investigation, I saw that the safe was scratched all over. He seemed to be trying to steal something valuable. To my surprise, my mother was also arrested a few days later. My mother condoned my brother's actions and drove him to and from the office. She was considered an accomplice for doing so. I didn't hesitate to file a complaint. I wanted them to pay for their crimes. My mother got a suspended sentence, but my brother got a prison term. I hope he regrets what he did in his cell. Later, my mother visited me once. She asked me for money because she was in trouble. But I refused. She scolded me harshly, but she was no longer in my heart. I didn't feel anything no matter what she said.
Mia. Please. Help me.
I held back my tears. It was the first time she called me by my name. I didn't feel happy, I felt sad. She only called me by my name because she wanted to save herself. Mom, I won't help you. I'll never help you. Did you think you would be loved no matter what you did to your child? That's only for children who have been loved. I hate you and my brother. If he gets out and comes to the office again, he'll get more than a slap on the wrist. I'll file another complaint without mercy, so be prepared. My mother never showed up in front of me again. I let her live in my childhood home as a last mercy. She has the house, so she can live however she wants. I wasn't blessed with a good mother and brother, but I love my life. It's up to me to choose my path. My goal now is to protect my father's office. I'll face the numbers sincerely today.
Children have their own personalities, but parents have a big influence, don't they? I'm glad Mia had decent grandparents. I hope you have a wonderful day. How did you like this story? Please subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.